we're gonna go through the repair process on Granny MawMaw's minivan. What took place is she rear-ended another car. Just a straight accident, and her airbags blew. It crushed the radiator, condenser. Come over here and we'll walk through on the damage. So I went ahead and had to write an estimate on this. We got going with the insurance company, but she hit, the whole front end was wiped out of it. Headlights, the bumper cover, grill went in. It bent the front rebar, hit the hood here. So we got damage here on the hood. We got a nice dent here, you can probably see. And we got a scrape over here on the side of the hood. This is a pearl white, so it's tri-coat. So that means that you put your white base color down, you let it flash off, then you come in and you blend in the pearl coat, which is a white metallic coat on top of that, and then we clear it. So it's 3 deals to get it to finish out for clear. So we're gonna fix this. This is an aluminum hood, so we're gonna dolly this all out, smooth it back up, push the dent out, and get it fixed up. So it pushed the radiator support back, busted the fans, busted the radiator, AC condenser's busted. So I gotta get all of that out so I know exactly what to order. And if you can see here on the frame rail, it wadded this bad boy up pretty good. And then it's just about that much of the end of it here. So we're gonna try to grab a hold of this and get it pulled. I'm gonna get a rough pull on it today, and then once my parts come in, I should have parts coming in tomorrow and the next day, then we can fit and get everything to critical measurements on this. Another thing that I want to show you, so we have the airbag that blew. She was by herself, so it was only one airbag. It was a driver airbag here. It blew. I went ahead and cut it out with a razor knife, and it locked the seat belt up. So you know, seat belt's always your first stage of your airbag system, and then your airbags go. So we're gonna have to go ahead and we're gonna pull the airbag module out of, or the airbag instrument module out of it today. We're gonna pull the seat belt out of it today, and we also got to pull the airbag control module out of it, which is underneath this console right here. So we're gonna get all that pulled out. I got airbags. I got the airbag located. We're gonna send the seat belt off, have it rebuilt, reconditioned, and we're gonna have the control module reset and all the codes cleared on it. I'm gonna have to wrench it out. It's common to try to do any type of pulling that you can before you disassemble any type of metal on a hit like this. It just kind of helps bring everything back into play a little easier and a little faster. Bing! Woo! High strength Honda steel. Oh, look how big a hit that thing was. That thing went way down in there. Look at that. We couldn't do that if we tried. You know I'm old and my knees don't like operating like this anymore. Plastic. Should be ready to come off. Alright, here we go. I'm going quick to the drain. Oh, look at there. Oh, blue antifreeze.
Don't start with me.
Okay, now that I got the radiator and all the good stuff out of the way here, I'm gonna hook up my pull clamp. You might have to go off camera for this because this is going to be not OSHA approved.
We do not care.
Alright, I think we got it. We're back into safety measures. There was a lot of non-safetiness that had to take place to get to this point, but alright, here we are. We're taking the seat belt out, take the airbag out. We're going to pull the airbag control module out, get the airbags going. Usually takes a little bit of time to get everything back on the airbags. That's what I got going on today. Ow, that pinched me. Alright, come on out there, big boy. There's that contraption. This thing here It's like filled with CO2 or some crazy crap like that. And it ignites in that tube and it sucks that seatbelt all the way down. Now, I'm gonna have to get underneath in that middle console right down here, and I'm gonna have to get the airbag control module out of this dude. So this will probably be a lot of fun.
This is where the fun begins.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo, I see it. Snap, crackle, pop. Plastic, plastic, plastic. Oh. My shoulder was going numb. All right, we're going off grid here. Ha! 2 more. So it's too tall. This is what we're resorting to. Is that not terrible? And this is the crap why, you know, something so simple on a modern day vehicle costs you like an arm and 2 legs. Gosh. Come on. These stupid awkward positions. There. Oh my! Well, I don't understand why you would make something so difficult to get to. There it is. That's it. Now we're gonna send that off and have it reprogrammed. Ha! I need you to go find a box that these 2 items will fit in. Now it's a little, yeah, it'll work. So here's a little something that I do to make sure that we get back our box. So if we got back a different box, I'd have to take this to Honda dealership, and they would have to reprogram a different box to my VIN so that the worldwide computer with Honda could see it. We send these things off like myairbags.com. They reset the codes in it. There's nothing wrong with this box other than it's got trip codes in it. It's got to be cleared out. So I mark this DAB. Okay, we're also going to mark it DAB right underneath there. That tells me that I get my box back. So a lot of times on these seat belts, they'll just swap you out. But I go ahead and mark them too, just to see what we get back. DAB. And then we'll come in here and dab on that. It's the part of me being like super anal picky. Okay, let's go make our internet purchase and then I'll get the receipt printed off and we'll get this thing shipped off. We'll have our FedEx guy, Mr. Drew, come back in and pick this bad boy up. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is while we're waiting on parts, which I should have some parts coming in today for this thing. So what, today's Thursday. I'm gonna have parts coming in today, gonna have parts coming in Friday, gonna have parts coming in Saturday, and I'm gonna have parts coming in Monday. Won't get my airbags all the way back, all of them back until probably Wednesday or Thursday of next week. I'm gonna go ahead and fix the hood and I'm gonna get everything prepped and ready to go for paint. That way when we get the bumper here, we can get it sanded and test fit and get it painted. And I'm gonna be waiting on a radiator before I can actually fire the vehicle up and move it into the paint booth. Because what my plan is this is pearl white. So it's being a pearl white tri-coat. So I gotta fix this spot here. And we gotta fix this dent. I'm gonna fix this dent. I'm gonna have to blend paint into the fenders. And really, I might as well do this fender too, because we'll have a dead stop match here to here. So I might as well just blend up into this fender, and then everything will be 100% paint match. We'll have blends. I'll have a blend over here too. That's my plan. If it was, if we wasn't touching the hood, if it was only bumper, I wouldn't do any blending. I'm gonna fix the hood. Right in there. So with this being aluminum, we gotta be careful because I can easily just rip right through that dang aluminum. I'm gonna tap this out. I gotta tap that down. We'll get we got the Love, what do we call this thing again? That's the Love Tapper 50.
50.
Yeah, it's not 1,000. 1,000 will be that big. Okay, so now we got a brow right here. So I got the front all lined out there so you can see where my dent was. We had a brow all the way out to there. Now I'm combined down to here. That's a slight brow. So I'm gonna tap them down. And all that's doing is kind of moving that metal back this way and putting it back in place to where it needs to be. All right, so I have 220 grit on my dual action sander. Typically, I won't use anything more than 180 grit, depending on the surface and what type of material it is. With this being aluminum, basically we're not doing any heavy filling, so we're just gonna kind of smooth this up, and we're just gonna put a light skim coat of body filler on it, and then we'll put primer on top of that. So 220 grit. Ding, ding. 2 little rock dings right there. Right here's another one. See a little rock ding? Right here, you can't see it right now, but when I sand it, you'll be able to. I'm gonna stop right there, see it? Rock ding. There's a dent here, and I'm gonna say that that was probably something prior. I'm gonna go ahead and fix it while I'm here. Most auto body shops on a collision job like this, insurance job like this, they're not getting paid to do that, but I'm not your average collision repair guy, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock that ding out. And see, that's the dent that I pushed up. We have, for today's recipe, right here, Rage Ultra Premium Filler, 100, 125. One of the best fillers on the market. The reason that I like it so much and that I use it so much is because Rage Ultra Extra, I can take these two and mix together. Difference is this thing will get hard in roughly about 5 to 7 minutes, depending on your room temperature, metal temperature. This will stay wet, and you can work it, spreading it for 30 minutes, sometimes up to 40. So these two body fillers were designed to work together, so you can control what work time that you want for spreading times when you're working your body filler, putting it on the panel. So what we're gonna do today is I'm going to show you how mixing these two together works, because no, I'm not. I'm only going to use Rage Ultra today because we don't have a lot of area to go, so I'm not going to sit here and wait forever for that stuff to flash off. I ain't got any gloves. What am I going to do? So I stumbled across these nitrile gloves on summit.com, summitracing.com. I needed another $15 or $20 to get free shipping, and I was like, man, I really don't need anything else. So I was like, well, them popped up under there, you know, all that little clickbait stuff. So I ordered them in, and I'm obsessed with them. They're cheap, they're thick, they fit good, and they actually got a little grip to them. If you want a good cheap glove without paying an extremely high price for them Black Knights or whatever the other brands are, summit.com right there. So you want to take and you want to stir your Bondo every time you use it. You see how tight that I had the lid on it. That's the life of your body filler. You know, body filler has solvents in it, has resins in it. It's got all these chemicals in it that if you let them gas off, it's really doing no good. You want to have like very good bite for your body filler. This has corrosion protectant in it, so we can put this body filler on top of any bare metal that we want. But the only time that I do that is on collision repair. So you get this stuff all good and stirred up here. And don't make a mess with it. It's easy to do. Get in a hurry, make a mess. Look, I was a rookie at one time, man. I done all that stuff too. Take your time. I mean, just take a little bit of time, and it always pans out better. Another thing I want to point out before you start, you got your hardener here. Need your hardener. Okay, need it. Because if this isn't needed, as well as the Bondo isn't needed, you're not getting the chemical connection that you want to have a long holdout. Another thing is people try to slack on the hardener to get a longer time to spread their Bondo so it doesn't flash over so quick. Put the right amount of hardener in it. You'll thank me later for it, because it won't start bubbling or popping or peeling down the road because it doesn't have enough hardener in it. That's why you use these two products. So put the appropriate amount of hardener in. Make sure you stir this and mix this very, very, very well. This is one thing that I want to point out. Notice that I'm not in a hurry. Most guys I watch do this, they're trying to hurry this process right here. Not only this process, but this process that I'm fixing to do right here. Slow down and put it on properly. Apply good pressure so you don't have pinholes. Put it on evenly. And slow down. Voila! See, I wasn't in a hurry, and it all went on really nice, really smooth, and it's gonna make for easier, faster sanding. See, I'm still playing with it. It'll be hard here in just like a couple minutes. Give us a little test too. I think I'm really close to going with Bondo. So I'm gonna start with 180 grit. I don't want to get any harsher than 180 grit, and we'll just kind of step it up. And it's not ready. See how it's gumming up? We'll give it another couple minutes. Okay, I got that cut down pretty decent with this little bitty flat block. Now what I want to do is I'm going to step it up a little notch to get it like really fine tuned in. And I'm going to go with a little bit bigger block, but I'm going to curve it so it fits with the curve. Voila! I might as well, while I'm waiting on that to dry, pull them out because they got to come out. Now here's the challenge. So I've been around a lot of techs, or so-called techs, in my life, and at least 75% of them would always break one of these taking them out. Didn't matter the vehicle, always. I've done it too, but this is something that will just have you hating life at the end of the job because you broke this and you can't get one fast enough. So kind of take your time and pull them apart right. It's plastic, so they'll break really easy. And the biggest trick to it is just getting the hose off of it. It's the biggest trick of all. And look at there. There's one. All right, let's put these on our parts cart. Some guys that are really good that actually tape all day for a living, peel it right off and make it really cool. But I haven't developed that skill to perfection yet.
You sit on a throne of lies.
We are going to be putting on today some De Beer High Solid Surfacer 8145. We're gonna run it as a surfacer, not a sealer, because we want it a little thicker than a surfacer. That way, because we're going to sand it and it'll smooth it all out a little bit better. Fast activator in here. Medium thinner, 151. Now, here comes the secret. We're going to take rules and regulations between the beer and Valspar and all that, so better off just don't tell them that we do that. We always do a test spray out here to see how our fan rolls. So I don't want that big a fan pattern with what I'm doing here, because I'll have primer blowed all over everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn my throttle down, and then I'm also gonna shorten my fan pattern. See how I'm getting here now? So I think I want to run just about like that. And that's me pulling the trigger all the way. So I can control it a lot better. Round two. Last one, number 3. Okay, well there we go. We got our hood repaired, primer finished on it, allow it to dry. Come in, we'll block that down. I'll prep the hood for paint. We'll prep the 2 fenders for paint. And it looks like Keystone just snuck in on us. We got us a bumper here. We got a rebar. We got some fans. So this is a really nice bumper. We'll get it scuffed down. And we should be able to get this thing in the booth here in the next day or 2. Get this dude painted up and try to get it back together. So cross your fingers and hope parts come in on time. Okay, so I got the hood blocked in, primer on the hood, blocked in with 320 grit on a Durablock, flexible. So I'll come in now and we're gonna 800 it. I like doing it wet because it cleans everything up. High production shops want to do everything dry and then you know, blow it off and go. We got a little time, so we're gonna do this wet. It'll all be cleaned up underneath and should come out really good because we won't have much dust in it because all the dirt will be washed away. This looks like dirt coming off of this when I sand it, but it's not. It's actually orange paint. It's got overspray all over it. Here we go. We're gonna move this thing into the booth. It doesn't run. We're waiting on a radiator and all kinds of other parts. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'll have them put it on Go Jacks, and we're gonna get it moved in here and get it painted instead of take up 3 or 4 days of just sitting around. Okay, well that didn't go as easily as we thought it would. It was a little bit of a workout. But anyway, we got it in the booth and we're gonna let it dry. Come in and we'll get the bumper in here. We'll get the bumper warmed up and we'll get the sealer put on the bumper, we'll get the base coat mixed up, and we'll get this thing blended out and painted up, and we'll just be kind of sitting around waiting on parts. So on the frame rail over here, we got to heat it up and bend it around a little bit, and it's just not right. But I had to give it an initial good tug, so everything else will cut apart right. So we got a frame rail horn coming and a radiator support coming. We'll be cutting out of it and welding it back up. But while I'm waiting on that stuff to show up, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna get the front end blend, hood painted and the bumper painted, and we'll be done with paint work on this dude. So that's what we're doing. Instead of sitting around and doing nothing, waiting on parts, we're just gonna kind of push the job forward.